Join me as I dive into some of the scariest urban legends that are sure to keep you up at night. Urban legends have a way of tapping into our deepest fears, don't they? They're the stories that make us question what's lurking in the shadows, what's hiding under our beds, and what's waiting for us just around the corner. And yet, despite the fear they evoke, we can't help but be drawn to them. There's something about the unexplained, the unknown, that sparks our curiosity and leaves us wanting more. One of the common themes in urban legends is the fear of the unknown. These stories often take place in the dark, in the woods, or in abandoned places, where the unknown is at its most unsettling. They prey on our deep-seated fears of being alone, of being vulnerable, and of being at the mercy of something beyond our control. And because they're often rooted in our collective psyche, they have a way of staying with us long after we've heard them. Urban legends also have a way of reflecting the fears and anxieties of the times in which they emerge. For example, during the 1950s and 60s, there was a proliferation of stories about hitchhiking ghosts and killer drivers, which spoke to the fears of a newly mobile society. In more recent times, we've seen the rise of legends about creepy internet stalker figures, which tap into our fears of online vulnerability. But what's also interesting about urban legends is how they can shape our perceptions of safety in our communities. Think about it, if you're told that a certain spot in the woods is haunted, you're less likely to venture there alone at night. If you hear that a certain road is cursed, you might take a detour to avoid it. Urban legends have a way of remapping our idea of what's safe and what's not, and that's what makes them so powerful. Let's dive into a few specific urban legends that'll make your skin crawl. Have you ever heard the story of Bloody Mary? It's a classic tale about a woman who was accused of being a witch, and was subsequently murdered in a small town. According to the legend, if you say her name 3 times in front of a mirror, she'll appear and haunt you for the rest of your life. Another legend that'll give you chills is the story of the Slender Man. This is a modern urban legend that's been circulating online, and it's about a tall, faceless figure who preys on children. According to the legend, if you go into the woods alone, the Slender Man will find you, and you'll never be seen again. Or how about the legend of the vanishing hiker? This one's been around for decades, and it's about a hiker who disappears in the woods, only to reappear weeks later with no memory of what happened. The twist is that the hiker is always found with strange symbols carved into their body, and no one knows what they mean. But the most terrifying urban legend of all is the one about the Devil's Highway. This one's got a personal twist for me, because it takes place in my hometown. According to the legend, if you drive down a certain stretch of road at midnight, you'll meet the devil himself. And if you look in your rearview mirror, you'll see him staring back at you. I've always been fascinated by this legend, because it speaks to something deep within us, the fear of the unknown, the fear of the supernatural, and the fear of what lies beyond the edge of town. These urban legends tap into our deepest fears, don't they? They remind us that we're not always in control, and that there are forces beyond our understanding that shape our lives. So, what's your favorite urban legend? Do you have one that keeps you up at night? Share it with me in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. And if you're ready for more spooky tales, be sure to check out my next video, where I'll be diving into even more terrifying urban legends that'll leave you sleeping with the lights on.